welcome to a new episode of the Immortal Hours. Freighter H's Immortal Hours. The host with the most, the best, Freighter H. And here is my co-host, compatriot, the bad Mr. Peck. Yes, Freighter. It's good to be back. It's good to be bad too. It's really bad times for everyone. And we're talking about the games, the real games that matter. And yes, and of course here is my other co-host, IG88. IG88, what do you have to say for yourself?
Ihr most excellent. This show is only about the most elite Nintendo games of the classic era. IMIG 88 and you can't wait to hear about your playthrough of Super Mario Bros.
You heard the man. You heard him. Yeah, yeah. That playthrough of Super Mario is going to be discussed in much detail, and we do have a guide as well to kind of pinpoint certain things and sort of my own little critiques of myself, because I hadn't, because I've only been like split from that other guy for a while. I'm actually like there's actually two parts of me. You want to explain that, Mr. Peck? Yeah, well, see what it is, folks at home. This is the bad Freighter SH, and then there's apparently a good Freighter SH. I call him the man-child Freighter SH. This is the real deal. This is the real McCoy here. He's bad. He's bad. He's a jerk. But he's militant, defensive. He's got cunningness. He's got intellectual wit, and he knows very well that NES games, classic NES games, good NES games are the only games that matter. Okay. 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 What do you have to say, Mr. Freighter? Well, okay. We ID88. We'll get to that in a bit. Now we got one last person to introduce, and that's SSDUCK. SSDUCK. We seen you last episode, and we love your attitude, what you bring to the show. Well, what do you have to say for yourself to start this great show?
Well, hello friends, it is me, S-Duck, and I love Nintendo, and I love FRATER SH.
Oh my! I'm so flattered. Uh, S Duck. Oh my, that's great. Uh, Freighter, she says she loves you. Uh, I mean, it's only been show two. Freighter, I gotta pull you aside here. Okay, yeah. Look, man, this is a big one. I think she likes you. But yeah, but I don't understand. Isn't she just sort of created from your computer and all that? It's speaking, as Mr. Pennypacker here, Freighter, yeah, well, my essential NPCs are quite real. I mean, I did kind of make it her so she has an affinity for you in a way. I just didn't know. You need to ask her out. What? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. Being your wingman, I don't know, man. I don't know. Uh, it's early days here on the show. But it's gonna get awkward between you two. Okay. So that's stuck. Yeah, I agree with you about the Nintendo. And of course, when I say Nintendo, I'm not talking about the GameCube. I'm not talking about the Switch or the Witch or the Wii's or the Wii's or the Swees and that kind of thing. I'm talking about the best NES games. I'm talking about like Final Fantasy. I'm talking about Tetris. I'm talking about Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3. And okay, so What is on your mind? Well, let's begin things off. We got past introductions. Now, everyone, what is your view of the last playthrough? Um, my view is that, if I were to do this again, that I would avoid the warps because I would try to collect as many coins as possible to get as many one-ups. And you can't do that if you're skipping half the game. Well, you only have now 3 lives once you're getting towards, the harder levels. Don't you agree?
Yes, I agree, Frater. You need to get deeper into the levels and unlock their secret.
Yeah, see right there. I mean, like for example, like on World 1-1, we'll kind of break it down. I was between worlds 1 to 5. 1 to 5. You know. So, with World 1, there is an extra life in a coin room. Of course, we all know what the coin room is. Everyone goes to the coin room. First you meet a Goomba, you stomp him for like 100 points. But before you jump, make sure there's no blocks overhead. Because that can make you ricochet and maybe mistime the jump and stuff. The last pipe leads to a coin room and exits near the end of the level. And of course, this could begin the process of start building up. Let's see. And our tip is to stand on the 6th block from the edge of the last pipe and jump. A hidden one-up will appear. Unfortunately, there's only one in the versus Super Mario Brothers. The versus is like the NES 10, the player's choice back in the 80s. That was an arcade machine that actually had like 10 NES games. They weren't like graphically enhanced or anything. They were still basically using the NES hardware, but within an arcade machine. I generally thought it's light gun was superior to what you would get on the NES. Like like if you played Duck Hunt or Hogan's Alley on it, it was generally amazing. It was a really amazing experience. But the only downside is that there was a timer. I remember once playing Super Mario Bros. 3 on a player's choice and absolutely hated it because I was like, the timer would just end. So it didn't. You would think, well, it prompts you for more coins, right? No, that's it. So that was kind of a big downside of that.
Two Goombas will descend from the top block. Hit the first one from under the regular block and hit the second from under the block. In versus Super Mario Bros., the first power-up here is now located on the block at the left of the top set of blocks. Also the other power-up on the top block is omitted. For the first appearance of the Koopa Trooper, use the same tactics you used to destroy the Goombas. The block under the block is a 10-coin block. If you are Super Mario, you could collect up to 15. The second block of the next block set contains a star.
Yeah, that's a good point, IG88. About those blocks there. Yeah, understand. These are very small breakdowns. Each show while we're playing Super Mario Bros., we'll have some of this. We won't cover it all. But the point is, he was saying, about two Goombas descending from the top block, and And then you can hit the first one on the regular block, and under the question mark block, I know the TTS didn't quite pick up, the question mark part in there, but you understand, that it's the special block, the block that always holds something. Now, in the Japan version of Super Mario Bros. 2, watch yourself because in that game, the question mark block may very well have a bad mushroom that can kill Mario. So stay away from that. But of course, that game never came out in the U.S. and that's not. We don't that game doesn't exist to us. We only know Super Mario Brothers 2, and everyone I ever growing up played it, including my neighbors, loved it. It's a great game. It's a wonderful game. It's in my top 5 of NES games. And understand Super Mario 3 is still is, but Super Mario Bros. 2 had so much variety. You had multiple characters, and it really allowed it really changed the game. Like if you were being the princess, you could fly around, and so really, as far as the show is concerned, as you can see, we're actually we're having what we call, guys, and I'm sorry I didn't announce in the beginning of the show. This is the Power Glove Congress. This is the thing that started it all back in 2010, 2011. And unfortunately has become a parody. It has become a parody by that other group over there at that other site. It's that them and their storylines. They'll say, "Oh, we're gonna do the Power Glove," and it never happens. And it never happens because they interrupt themselves to do stupid storylines. That is now officially over as far as this show. Well, I gotta agree. I'm gonna be honest with you, Freighter. That back in the day when you were, before I helped to split you, I split, you from that other version of you. That other version of you, Freighter, was a distraction. He distracted from the true purpose of the show. He wouldn't cover video games. He really was just in the shenanigans of crazy characters. And I feel like it. I feel like I've hit some kind of greatness with you. You bad freighter. Uh, I really gotta say that I really gotta say that us four here is greatness. We are greatness, and I can't begin to tell you the struggles I spent on the original Freighter vs. Retro that first year, trying so hard to curtail the guys back into what they were supposed to be, which was the Power Glove Congress. I couldn't do it. They just wouldn't behave, and so I had to try to destroy them. And and I was like, well, if you guys won't play ball, I'm gonna really, really make your lives miserable, and that's why. Yeah, and that's really probably why we're in the situation we're in too, because sadly though, because now there's a rival site called Metrotractica, and I hate to say it on that name, that horrible blasphemous name on this show, but the reality is you've essentially kind of created our competition by accident. Well, yeah, I kind of did. That was unforeseen consequences of making sentient AI. Uh, were you not watching Terminator 1 and 2? I think Terminator 2 was like probably one of the best warnings against sentient AI that you could ever get. Oh, are you okay, old man? Hey, listen here, you scumbag. Don't you? Oh, getting that lightsaber out, old man. Well, you see this here? His keyboard here? That's a delete button, buddy. Yes, that's right. We could be making real changes here on this show. Yeah, I hit that button. Oh, yeah, you got me on that one. Yeah, I got ya. Don't get me wrong, that lightsaber, that would probably really hurt me pretty bad. But yeah, well,
Boys, 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 stop fight now, or I will give you all a spanking now. Frater, go play your game, it will calm you down.
you know, SSDUCK, you're right. I've allowed my anger to get too much ahead of me. I'll go play Super Mario Brothers, my dearest SSDUCK. I will play it and play it well. And I apologize. I apologize. Um, I know it hurts. Don't say it. Oh, thank you. Oh, I can't say that word. It hurts so much. It hurts my ego. Oh, yeah. Don't ever say that word. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. She's right. I got to go focus on the game. And it was an interesting Power Glove Congress. Okay. We're working on this. We're working together. To reformat things, make things the way they should have been a long time ago. Okay, so I'll go play the game, guys. And we're back, and we're playing Super Mario Brothers. A true classic. An absolute wonderful classic. And let's see, no, we're gonna play Duck Hunt. We're gonna play Duck Hunt. I had forgotten. Yeah, I made the decision I was gonna play Duck Hunt. Oh yeah, so you're probably asking the question yourself, how the heck are you doing this? Because this is on PC. Well, the way it works is that we use a mouse. That's right, yeah. And this is actually very challenging to use with the mouse. It's one thing in the recording. I don't know if it's really picking up but it's yeah, there is actually a mouse cursor you can use, and and you can play it with a mouse, and it's good stuff. Although you would say, well, is there a light gun you can use for your PC? And back in the day, there's one. Well, what it is, there is one, and it uses mouse cursor technology. That's actually the way to actually really do it nowadays, as far as a light gun. But it kind of costs some money, At the time, I didn't really want to spend like $200 on a light gun or something. I was like, no, I don't really. I think I'm in a place right now. I don't really feel like. I think I'm fine. I don't feel like doing that, But so yeah, Duck Hunt is a classic. I kind of admit that the kids later on really lucked out when they got their Nintendos big as opposed to me, because I just got Super Mario Brothers. Well, that's great, but if you get Duck Hunt 2, then oh my goodness, you could just play this for hours, and I mean, I remember there was a time. I remember once for just on a weekend, I had a cathode ray tube TV, and I hooked up an NES with and I would play Duck Hunt. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, round 3. Let's see, can I get it? Yep, 500 points. Golden Duck is 1,000 points. Good stuff. 60. Let's see, 1,500 points. 500 points. 1,500 points. Those ones are a little faster. 1,000 points. Miss. Oh no. Now you get the dog laughing at you. Miss, fly away. Oh boy. Kind of slipping up here. 1,000 points. Now see, generally what it is, like you would say, well, what is it not the same with a mouse? And it's like, well, actually, it really tests your reaction time. It's a good exercise of reaction time. I mean, it can't. It's like it's almost like you're like it's kind of like it's a good exercise between your brain and your hand. Like you're willing yourself to go towards that duck. You're just it's really, if you think about it, it's the same thing with the light gun. It's actually it's just different. Instead of taking the mouse and pointing it at the duck, you're utilizing 3 things. You got a cursor. Now, interesting thing is here, I can't even see right now in the recording the cursor, which is fascinating to me. There is actually a cursor, and I don't know. It's just I'm not seeing it here in the recording, which is fascinating. Maybe whoa, that duck was going crazy fast. That's a challenge, Round 5. I get the duck. Miss. Okay, 1,500 points. Good. Excellent. 1,000 points. Got him. Miss. Got him. 1,500. A little faster. It gets more hectic. You get 2 ducks. Now, 2 duck mode, that's the bread and butter of craziness. Yes, that's where everything, all your skills, all your speed comes into play. Rope. I know you're laughing. This episode will appear in July 2025. And you can see the date in the corner. It's August of 2023. Yeah, we do the stuff well in advance. Wow, that duck is flying. Oh, that's brutal. Miss. Oh no! The screen went all over the place. I generally try to put. Oh boy, yeah, I had to reset. Yeah, everything got all messed up. Yeah, everything got all messed up there. I generally, at the time I was playing this, I generally tried to. You can stretch it to the full screen, but then it kind of messes with the pixels and it makes it look all kind of bad and stuff. And so, you don't really want to go there and do that, Okay, so this is it, here's the 2 ducks. 1 and 2. See, nice and slow. Got at least 1. The levels go faster because you're not dealing with, instead of you're covering 2 ducks around, but as long as you get 1 duck, it goes much faster. But the only problem is, yeah, it goes faster, meaning I mean you could lose much faster. But also, there's also the risk that you can also lose the game easier too. If you're not getting both ducks. Because you're getting more misses that way. See? So you're still getting misses though. That's a risk. Whereas with single ducks, if you could just focus on the single duck, but we're showing off Duck Hunt here. We're showing off a beloved classic. And unfortunately, because of modern progressive leftism, that hunting a duck is considered not good. That human beings should just eat bugs, according to a little girl. That we should eat the bugs, and how dare you? That. And I don't know. Yeah, it's game over. That's the risk of doing two ducks, and then the dog laughs at you that you lost. Of course, he keeps wondering why he keeps getting sent to the pound. It's like, hopefully he's being sent to a no-kill shelter. But the only thing is now that his next owner has to deal with a dog that laughs at them. Just don't take him out duck hunting. Just don't take him out duck hunting, because yeah, you got two. Don't take him out duck hunting. Just, I don't know. Just have him play with a toy or something. I don't know. Okay, we got past that round. But remember what I said, So understand, every time you lose, like every time in these rounds you lose one of these ducks, that's being counted against you. So I can't even imagine by getting like to round 8 and higher, like the ducks are getting faster. So you got now 2, they're like flying around super fast. And invalid file. That's a downside of doing this. Because when you're taking your mouse flying around the screen like that, you could be hitting things on your computer, and you could be doing all kinds of stuff. It's a flawed way to play this pristine tapestry of a game. And it is a tapestry. It is a great game. And shot down. Got the 2 birds there. Very good. Very, very good. Got that. Got that bird. Our bird. I made the mistake when I was doing this. I thought that I was going to be staying on Super Mario Brothers for a while, and actually, I think I go back to it. I can't remember what the recording, how I recorded this stuff. I will warn at some point, yeah, as far as games in the future, like I do end up playing Tetris. I do end up playing, I end up playing for a couple months Final Fantasy 1. Because, I'm sorry folks, that's invalid file. And of course that's game over, because that's the risk of doing two ducks. And also understand, you have a big disadvantage because you don't have a zapper. You have a mouse. Something that the game. Okay, see. So that's the risk of doing this. So now we do some clay shooting. They actually give you a lot of good quality with this. We got 1 ducks, 2 ducks, and clay shooting. And clay shooting's pretty. I actually found out I did fairly well with this. I don't know what. The video's still going. I don't know what's going on. Wait, where am I at? Like, where did you go? Hey, Frere, what's going on here? I think I might, in real life, I might have had to go pee or something. Oh, oh, that's not good. Sometimes you just gotta go, you know? You just gotta go, you know? It's as long as it's not like The Godfather, we're gonna go to the bathroom and get a gun or something. Yeah, I always remember that, yeah. Frater, your footage didn't freeze up, did it? I don't think so. I mean, 14, 17. No, it didn't actually. Oh my God, Frater. Okay, okay, it's 16 minutes. Frater! Oh, what are we supposed to do until then? Well, well, folks, in about a minute there will be footage. Well, I'll tell you what, I guess I can go and I don't know what happened. Okay, so, you know, again about the clay shooting, we zoomed to the footage, but like it'll take a bit here, like talking about it, we might cut the commentary short. Sometimes that happens, we don't plan things out. Wow, this is only show 2, and there's always going to be bugs and stuff, but yeah, the clay shooting went really well. Like I was actually quite shocked. I actually did pretty good with that, actually. Yeah, what you do is you end up shooting two clays. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. This was in the arcade too. I know you'd think, well, it was just a console thing they added. No, it was in the arcade. Of course, when I say arcade, I'm meaning, the player's choice machine. So that in real reality, it's just the NES version. So, oh wow, that's the truth, yeah. So, you mentioned Tetris. Oh boy, that's something else, yeah. Yeah, that's the game of the mind. It's only problem is with Tetris is like it. The more you play it, the more I like to say this, the more dumber you actually get because your brain, you start. The game kind of screws with you too. Like it's a classic, but if it decides, well, you're not going to get certain blocks, you're just not going to get certain blocks. You know what I mean? So you're really at the mercy of it, Well, that's the truth, Frater. You're at the mercy of the computer. Well, I think we're gonna go take a break. You'll still be able to watch the video footage and stuff, but we need to get kind of ready for next show. Yeah, we gotta get ready, folks. See ya. Yeah, see you next show.